Melbourne Victory in their last game of the regular season. It was a derby. It was a Melbourne Derby where they took on Melbourne City. Now, obviously, the past two meetings with these teams have ended in absolute demolitions for Melbourne Victory, losing 6-0 in one and then 7-0 in the other. Let's get straight into the game. Obviously, this game was played at AAMI Park in front of no crowd, so who would have thought that, the Melbourne Derby would ever been played in front of no crowd? Definitely not me. It was a shame to see all the green seats and an empty stadium, but it still was a great game. So in that first half, City had chances, mainly through Marco Tilio, and I know Adrian Luna created a few nice plays. Then Melbourne Victory had a chance through Ben Falami and one other through Callum McManaman. But that was it. Matt Acton in goals for Victory, he was switched on and he wasn't letting any in the back of the net. He made some ripper saves, and at the end of the first half, scores were 0-0, no score yet. Then the 54th minute in the second half, Scott Galloway off to Naoki Sabaki, and he takes a shot at goal. Deflection, well, I'm not sure if it was a cross, but it was a bit in between, so we weren't sure if he was going to take the cross or the shot. But whatever it was, it took the deflection off Nick Ansell, went in the back of the net, made the scores 1-0. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate for Melbourne Victory, unfortunate for Nick Ansell in those circumstances. Obviously, Matt Acton was there, but, deflections and stuff happens in the game of football, and that was an unfortunate one for Victory. So Nick Ansell, that's classified as an own goal for him. Unfortunately, Sabaki doesn't get the credit, but City hit the front. And I was thinking, gee, could they turn it into an annihilation like they've done in the past? But they didn't. They had a couple chances. In the 90th minute, Scott Galloway crossed it on the ground across the face of goal. Anthony Lesiotis came up, was a sub off the bench, immediate impact, tapped it in, made it 2-0. What we thought was 2-0, because I thought it definitely was, but VAR overturned that decision and called it offside, so it was still 1-0 with 3 minutes of additional time left. So, in additional time, I was like, Victory, we might be able to pinch a point back. Obviously, we're last on the ladder due to goal difference with the Jets. We might be able to pinch one back and get that point and go second last on the ladder and avoid the wooden spoon. 94th minute was the last kick of the game. The ball's up in the air in the Melbourne Victory attacking box, so City's box. Ansell, header. Barnett, header. Rue, header. One of the City defenders headed it away from goal. The ball just kept bouncing around. Lleyton Brooks, it falls to his boot and he smacks it home with the first time volley. Top right corner, smashes it into the net. I'm surprised he didn't put a hole in it. That was an absolute bullet from Lleyton Brooks, the sub off the bench, the youngster. And he's done this a couple times this season where he's had those ripper chances and he creates stuff for Victory. He scores the late equaliser and he keeps Victory's hope to avoid that wooden spoon alive. Finally, we don't lose all the Melbourne derbies this season. We draw for one, we get a point, we get something out of it. This result puts us in second last on the ladder. Now, we're 1 point above the Jets, and we have to wait for City's rescheduled game up against the Newcastle Jets, which is to be confirmed by the A-League later on in the week. The Jets' goal difference is a huge factor. If they draw, they're probably going to go above us, and we'll get the wooden spoon, hopefully, and I shouldn't say this, but maybe, they'll lose and we avoid our first ever wooden spoon. I'm praying that happens because I don't want the wooden spoon, of course. I know this season's been not the one we wanted, and but we see these youngsters, because I saw Nishan Velapale and Lleyton Brooks, once they came on for that last 15-20 minutes, there was chances from them. They created an impact. And also Jay Barnett, I thought Jay played well. So it's these youngsters, and hopefully Tony Popovich, when he comes into our club next season, he keeps these youngsters and, can develop them even more into huge superstars, and we rebuild our club just like that. Victory for the last game of the season. We put up a fight. Yes, in that first half, City had the most chances, but we sure had a few chances in that second half. I know Justed missed a couple, but things happen. At least we got something out of this game, and this being the season, at least we've got something out of it. At least I know we've had a shocking season, and it's probably one of the worst in our club history. But we take out the positives, we see what's going wrong, and we needed to witness what was going wrong to improve them in the future. And that's what this season was, to see the mistakes and to rebuild for next season. Hopefully we can in 2022. Victory, it's been a hell of a ride. Sometimes sad, sometimes good. I know we've had a few ripper wins. 6-1 up against Western United the other week was brilliant to see. Boys, well done. Heads up for next season and all the best. Have a good break. Go Victory. Alright guys, if you like that recap and you want to see more of my content, remember to hit that thumbs up, like, comment, and hit that red button down there that says subscribe. Much appreciated. For more content, follow me on my Facebook page and also my Instagram page.